Kitted out M1911 should be meta. No, I'm not chatting tripe, and I'm not on illicit substances. A kitted M1911 is one of the strongest weapons in the game. It can 2-tap from most ranges, has a fire rate that can punish players as quickly as you can click twice, and has a recoil that's super controllable. You need not bother with a marksman rifle. Everything you need is right here in this hand cannon. It's better than both a kitted rat and closer, though are both good in their own right, dealing over 60 damage per shot with the right builds. The first thing we need to do is talk about why this pistol is good, and if you're wondering, I've not yet tried the other two pistols yet. Anyways, as mentioned, it can 2-tap at range with certain attachments. It's super lethal up close with ridiculous mobility, which you'd expect, and is a serious consideration for Warzone, as it will kill just as quickly as an FAL or DMR for body shots, fobbing off overkill and jumping straight into Ghost or Restock. Though, for Warzone, you may want to consider using out a kitted out closer. More on that in the coming weeks. Multiplayer though, the M1911 is outright broken. It can easily snipe snipers with it if they miss or you shoot first. I can easily outspam SMGs with tight hip fire and faster movement. And finally, I can outgun ARs and SMGs in any 1v1. So I'll show you my build that does all this, then go through the strengths, weaknesses, what counters you, and what you counter. We'll start with the optics. I'll use either a monocular reflector with a custom reticle or a G16 2.5x. I found both seem to work nicely on this gun, but this is down to preference. Now, down to facts. It needs a fairly specific build to work, so let's go. The damage comes from the 30 Russian Short 8 mags, making you deal 68 damage per shot. The range is coming from the Gracie short barrel. This reduces the damage fall off at the cost of no headshot damage. However, you're doing headshot damage with that barrel anyway, with that mag anyway, so the barrel doesn't really matter in terms of losing that damage. It slows down the fire rate too, but to be honest, it still fires really quickly. The next key attachment is vital, ensuring every shot does that 68 damage, along with the increased damage to the arms you get with the hollow point rounds. The mixture of attachments gives you consistency. More often than not, you're going to be two-hitting. I don't think that Vital would have been needed here, as we don't have to worry about headshots. However, it feels a lot more consistent with it on. Strange that. Anywho, wrapping up the build is the M1929 suppressor, steady trigger, and polymer grip with fully loaded, keeping me in the fight for longer. These give balance to the build, allowing me to snipe, reduce the flinch taken, and ease the recoil, making it feel super consistent. I'm telling you, this should be meta. Now, this is some statement, I know. So here is what the Short Russian is going to be strong against. It counters marksman rifles at most ranges and snipers if they miss or you shoot first. Next is ARs. Yes, ARs. You are super annoying to deal with for ARs with the Short Russian. You can pop 2 shots and kill them super quick. If you start firing at the same time, they need headshots to beat you. Even then, you'll often trade. You're also strong in any 1v1 and most 1v2s, with one exception, but we'll get to that. Now, what does the Short Russian build struggle against? Multi-kills. You're going to really struggle against more than 2 opponents at a time, which is to be expected with the fact you're using an 8-round mag. In Warzone, it's going to feel a lot like a SOCOM. Not as devastating, obviously, but certainly in regards to the fact it's a pick weapon. To whip it out, beam a guy, then need to reload. You pick them off. Short Russian, like all pistols in the pocket, are going to really struggle against shotguns. Unless you can create distance and utilize your surroundings and equipment, you are going to really struggle to use it against a shotty. And next are armor plates. Plates are not going to be nice to deal with. They are more of a problem for the Short Russian, as it means an extra 2 shots to kill, just with how the numbers work out. You don't need me to tell you that's double the time to kill, which is not going to bode well for you. I've been streaming with this for a fair bit, VODs of which are on the channel, and with my time with it, I am a 1v1 specialist with this gun. If I see you, it doesn't matter how far away I am from you, I'm dropping you. You need to forget it's a pistol and just trust it. You will be heavily rewarded if you can do that. This is the Short Russian build. Here is a montage of the rank up grind.
Allied aircraft on the way. watching. I found a way to hit them from spawn. Gammon revenge! Oh, I got it.